8.3 Administering fitness tests. With my client, I did it on Jack Hanna, asked him a few questions in a consultation about his sport and his targets, just see what he was thinking for these fitness tests. There are a few reasons to terminate fitness testing. Um, the participant may be injured, and the client may request to stop due to not being able to continue. The heart rate of the client being excessively high, um, and maybe the client experienced extreme exhaustion. So again, not being able to continue. So I chose some tests to complete for my client who plays rugby at a quite a high level for a 17, 18-year-old. Um, so I chose a hand grip dynamometer test to test his muscular strength. A 20-meter sprint with rugby ball to test his speed. A standing vertical jump to test his power. A push-up test to test his muscular endurance. The Illinois agility test to test his agility, and the yo-yo test to test his aerobic endurance. My justification for these was, so for the hand grip dynamometer test, in rugby, Jack will require a lot of arm strength. So testing his strength using a hand grip machine is very effective. And it's good to measure as well and compare it with averages. Also, the 20-meter sprint for speed, I chose this because there are a lot of short sprints in rugby to maybe get past the opposition player, get through a gap in the opposition's defense. And it's also quite realistic for rugby, short sprints rather than maybe a 100-meter sprint or something like that. Then also for the power, the standing vertical jump. For this, Jack will need a lot of explosive strength in his legs to maybe win an aerial battle where someone has kicked it on the opposition and he needs to catch it ahead of maybe an oncoming opposition. So yeah, to jump higher will give him more chance to catch it. So that's important for rugby. Then for muscular endurance, we did the push-up test, which is relevant to see how his arm strength is over a period of time. And to see his bicep and tricep strength endurance. As obviously he'll be playing 80 minutes of rugby, so needs quite a lot of arm strength and needs to keep it going for a long time. Then the Illinois agility test. This is important as he needs to be agile, to maybe sort of similar to speed to get through a gap in the defense to score a try, and avoid players' arms trying to stop him running. Then finally the yo-yo test. Yes, it was quite a maximal intensity exercise, and it represents rugby quite well. So short sprints or fast runs with a break. So it's very similar to what would happen in a rugby game, and it was just see how long he lasted and how well he did with that. Um, then the data collection sheet. These are all his results from the tests, and they're ranked against normative values. So go through them now. Firstly, we had the speed test. This was a 20-meter sprint as shown in the diagram, and he did it with a rugby ball, and he completed it in 3.4 seconds. So he was around about a good time for a male. But his problem was that he didn't run all the way through the end. He sort of stopped or took his foot off the gas, you could say, towards the end. So for future, a recommendation would be to run all the way through. But also to maintain this good score, he will need to, well, not need to, but he may want to try and do it in his spare time or at rugby training, do some short sprints to get him used to doing the short sprints and maybe improve that time running with a rugby ball as well, as it's appropriate to his sport. Then also for power, he scored 68. We used the Takai jump mat. Yeah, and this he was very strong with this. Scored 68, which is similar for a junior male rugby player. So yeah, that was very strong. So to maintain this, he could go to the gym and work on his leg strength, as all the power comes from the legs, and maybe also improve his technique. So using his arms more with the jump to propel himself higher into the air. Yeah, to get a higher score. Um, then for muscular strength, the hand grip dynamometer, Jack scored 53 kilograms slash newtons, which is an excellent score shown in the table. He can maintain this high score by going to the gym 3 or 4 times a week and just like maintaining his bicep and forearm strength. Um, yeah, to as it's appropriate to rugby for passing it as far as he can and tackling as well. Um, yeah. Then for his muscular endurance, we did 1 minute of press ups. I made sure that he completed the press up fully. As towards the end you start to fatigue and don't complete the press up fully. So yeah, making sure he did it fully was very important. He did 40 press ups in that time, which is above average for a 17 to 19-year old. And he could improve and maintain this by going to the gym or also doing just press ups at home over a minute, or maybe doing 5 minutes and stopping himself from fatiguing. This is appropriate to rugby as you need a lot of endurance so your body doesn't fatigue. So it's very similar. For his aerobic endurance, we did the yo-yo test. He completed. He got up to 15.2, level 15, and shuttle 2, which in this table gave him an approximate VO2 max of 43.46, which, as shown on normative values for VO2 max, is in the category of fair. And yeah, I think there were 3 reasons because of this. So 15.1 is a good level to get to, but he'd never done the yo-yo test before, so hadn't quite paced himself as well as he could have done, as he'd never done it before. So I would recommend him to try it again, but pace himself in the beginning, as he knows the structure now of the test, and also use the 10-second break after each shuttle, much better. Because to begin with, he wasn't really using it that well, as he was just chatting to the person next to him while doing it. Yeah, not using it to breathe it, get good deep breaths in and out. Yeah, in that time, and getting prepared for the next shuttle. Then finally for the Illinois agility test, it was in a cone. We did a cone-shaped area, as shown in the diagram, and he did it in 17 seconds. With the rugby ball. I made him do it with the rugby ball, so it was more appropriate to rugby. Showed what he would be like in a game situation. And then the norms for 16 to 19-year-olds are shown, and he fits in the average category. And that's with the rugby ball, so that might have slowed him down a bit, not made him able to use his arms as much in the straights, maybe. So being average is good. To improve, we would want to get into the above average section, and he can try and maybe redo the test once a week, maybe during his training at rugby. yeah, just to overall maybe improve his technique when going around the corners, the cones, the tight corners. Um, yeah, just overall improve that performance. Um, and that was everything.